The Roaring Twenties, a soundtrack of change, the 1920s, a decade that roared to life, a time of change, innovation, and cultural shifts. The Great War was over, America was prosperous, the nation was ready to celebrate and embrace a new era. And the soundtrack to this era? Jazz. It was the music that defined a generation. Born in the heart of New Orleans, jazz music spread like wildfire. It was infectious, it was liberating. It was a new sound for a new age, it was the sound of a new generation, eager to break free from the past and create something entirely their own. Imagine, if you will, the smoky back rooms of speakeasies, the clinking of glasses, the laughter and chatter of people enjoying their newfound freedom, the rhythmic pulse of the upright bass. It was the heartbeat of the music, steady and strong, the soaring notes of the trumpet. They pierced through the air, adding a layer of excitement and energy. Jazz wasn't just music, it was an experience. It was a feeling. It was a way of life. It was the heartbeat of a nation yearning for something new, something exciting, something different. It was the pulse of a society in transition. This wasn't your grandmother's waltz or your father's polka. Jazz was different. It was improvisational. It was unpredictable. It was a break from tradition. It was full of life, just like the Roaring Twenties themselves. It was vibrant, dynamic, and ever-changing. It was a musical revolution, and it was changing the world, one note at a time. Jazz was here to stay, and it was just the beginning. Trumpets of Innovation Armstrong and Ellington. No story of jazz is complete without mentioning the giants. Louis Armstrong, with his gravelly voice and masterful trumpet playing, became a legend. He could make that trumpet sing, laugh, and cry. His improvisations were legendary, each note a testament to his genius. Then there was Duke Ellington, a composer and bandleader extraordinaire. His music was sophisticated, elegant, and groundbreaking. Ellington's orchestra wasn't just playing music, they were painting pictures with sound. They were weaving tapestries of rhythm and melody. These were just two stars in a constellation of talent. From Bessie Smith's soulful blues to Bix Beiderbecke's lyrical cornet, the 1920s were a golden age for musical innovation. These artists weren't just playing music, they were defining a generation. Phonographs, radios, and the sound of progress. Technology played a crucial role in the rise of jazz. The phonograph, once a novelty, became a household item. For the first time, people could listen to music in their own homes. They could dance to the latest hits. They could experience the magic of jazz anytime they wanted. Then came radio. Imagine the crackle of static, followed by a voice announcing, "Live from the Cotton Club in Harlem." Suddenly jazz wasn't confined to smoky nightclubs. It was beamed into living rooms across the nation. People gathered around their radios, eager to hear the latest tunes from the likes of Fletcher Henderson and his orchestra. These technological advancements weren't just about convenience, they were about access. They allowed jazz to transcend geographical boundaries and social classes. Jazz became the soundtrack of America, uniting people from all walks of life under its syncopated rhythm. Hot jazz and gin joints, the soul of the speakeasy. These were the places where the spirit of the 1920s truly came alive. The 1920s were the days of Prohibition, a time when the sale of alcohol was banned across the United States. The sale of alcohol was illegal, but that didn't stop people from drinking. In fact, it only made the desire for it stronger. Speakeasies, hidden bars where liquor flowed freely, popped up everywhere. These secret venues became the heartbeat of the underground nightlife, and where there was liquor, there was jazz. The two were inseparable, creating an atmosphere that was electric and full of life. Imagine the scene flappers in their fringed dresses and bobbed hair, sipping illicit cocktails and dancing the Charleston. It was a time of liberation and defiance. The air thick with smoke, the clinking of glasses, and the intoxicating rhythm of the music. Every night was a celebration of freedom and excess. Jazz and speakeasies went hand in hand. They were the perfect match, each enhancing the allure of the other. They were both symbols of rebellion, of a generation that refused to be confined by the rules. It was a cultural revolution. The music in these clandestine clubs was raw, energetic, and full of life. It was a sound that captured the essence of the era. It was hot jazz, a style characterized by collective improvisation and a driving beat. Musicians would often play off each other, creating spontaneous and thrilling performances. Bands like the original Dixieland Jazz Band and King Oliver's Creole Jazz Band set the standard, their music echoing through the smoky haze of countless speakeasies. Their legacy lives on, a testament to the enduring power of jazz. Section 5. From Dixieland to swing, the evolution of rhythm. Jazz, like any living art form, was constantly evolving. In New Orleans, where it all began, Dixieland reigned supreme. But as jazz spread northward to cities like Chicago and New York, it began to change. New subgenres emerged, each with its unique flavor and style. One of the most significant developments was the rise of swing. This style, characterized by its emphasis on the rhythm section and its use of arranged sections within a song, became wildly popular in the 1930s. Big bands led by Benny Goodman, Count Basie, and Glenn Miller dominated the airwaves, their music filling dance halls across the nation. From the improvisational frenzy of Dixieland to the smooth, danceable sounds of swing, jazz proved its versatility. It was a music that could be both intimate and grand, both rebellious and refined. It was a music that reflected the ever-changing spirit of America itself. Section 6. Flappers and Rhythms, Jazz Culture and Society. Jazz wasn't just music. It was a cultural phenomenon. It was intrinsically linked to the social changes sweeping America in the 1920s. The rise of the flapper, a new breed of young woman who challenged traditional gender roles, was inextricably intertwined with the popularity of jazz. Flappers embraced jazz's energy and freedom. They bobbed their hair, shortened their skirts, and danced with abandon to the syncopated rhythms. Jazz provided a soundtrack to their newfound liberation, a musical expression of their desire to break free from the constraints of the past. Jazz also played a significant role in bridging the racial divide in America. Originating in African American communities, jazz transcended racial boundaries, bringing black and white audiences together in shared musical experiences. While racism and segregation were still harsh realities, jazz offered a glimmer of hope, a testament to the power of music to unite. Section 7. Cultural Crossings, Jazz's Impact on Fashion and Dance. The influence of jazz extended far beyond the music itself. It permeated fashion, dance, and even language. The loose-fitting dresses and bobbed hair of flappers were a direct reflection of jazz's emphasis on freedom and movement. The Charleston, with its energetic kicks and flailing arms, became the quintessential jazz dance, its syncopated steps mirroring the music's rhythmic complexity. Jazz also had a profound impact on language. Words like cat, a jazz musician, dig, to understand, and cool, sophisticated, entered the mainstream lexicon, evidence of jazz's pervasive influence on American culture. Jazz wasn't just something you listened to, it was a way of life, a way of seeing the world. From the dance halls of Harlem to the fashion houses of Paris, jazz's influence was undeniable. It was a global phenomenon, a testament to the power of American culture to captivate and inspire. Section 8. Beyond the Big Apple, the global reach of jazz. While jazz was born in America, its appeal was universal. It quickly spread beyond the borders of the United States, captivating audiences in Europe, Asia, and beyond. Musicians like Josephine Baker, an American singer and dancer, found fame and adulation in Paris, where jazz was embraced as the epitome of modernity and sophistication. Jazz wasn't simply exported, it was embraced and reinterpreted by musicians around the world. From the gypsy jazz of Django Reinhardt in France to the Latin jazz of Machito in Cuba, jazz became a global language, a musical melting pot that reflected the diversity of human experience. The global popularity of jazz was a testament to its enduring appeal. It was a music that spoke to something deep within the human spirit, a music that transcended cultural boundaries and united people through its shared language of rhythm, melody, and improvisation. Section 9. A Timeless Legacy, the Enduring Appeal of Jazz. The Roaring Twenties may have faded into history, but the legacy of jazz lives on, echoing through the corridors of time. From the smooth, soulful sounds of Miles Davis to the avant-garde, boundary-pushing experiments of Ornette Coleman, jazz has continued to evolve and innovate, influencing countless other genres and styles of music. It has inspired generations of musicians, young and old, to explore its rich, complex rhythms and melodies. Jazz and to bring people together in a shared experience of joy and creativity. The spirit of the jazz age, with its energy, its optimism, and its embrace of the new, continues to resonate today, influencing modern music and culture. And as long as there are musicians willing to push boundaries, to improvise, to swing, and to explore new horizons, the legacy of jazz will endure, a timeless testament to the power of music to move us, to challenge us, and to remind us of the beauty and the possibility that lies within the human spirit. Jazz is not just a genre, it's a journey, an exploration of the human experience through sound. And as long as there are hearts to feel and ears to listen, jazz will continue to thrive. It will remain a beacon of creativity, a symbol of the enduring power of music to touch our lives.